the left is beginning to suffer some pretty incredibly massive losses. The biggest, most notable of which is happening with CNN Plus. CNN decided to launch this streaming platform, and they expected it to be this massive success. They stole Chris Wallace from Fox News. They were going to do all these big things. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars, I think, in the promotional campaign. They had all these commercials, billboards in Times Square, all this stuff. And nobody's watching. Nobody wants to watch CNN Plus. Nobody wants to watch CNN anymore.
Well, quite literally, by April 30th, there will be nobody watching CNN Plus because they've announced that it's going to stop existing.
Oh, this is
so
fantastic.
there won't be anyone watching it then. Even right now, there's not a lot of people watching it, which is probably a big reason why they decided that they're not going to continue with it. Like you said, there's been hundreds of millions of dollars. $300 million at least is what the Hollywood Reporter said was spent on this project. It's been well over a year now in development. It was a big project of Jeff Zucker, the former CEO of CNN.
Right.
I guess he's still actually technically CEO until like May.
Is Zucker the guy that was on the video call?
Yes.
That's that guy?
Yes.
You guys can look up Jeff Zucker video call if you want to know more about that. You may not like what you find.
So
Sorry.
he was having a relationship with a coworker.
Right.
So anyway, very bad stuff going on there as usual at CNN. But since he's left, the project has kind of gotten worse and worse. It was already kind of on the ropes a little bit because there was this merger that happened between Warner Media and Discovery, and the guy who was the Discovery CEO, who is now the CEO of what's called Warner Media Discovery, because it's a merged platform.
Yeah.
But he was not so keen on the CNN Plus idea because Discovery already they have HBO Max, they have Discovery Plus. They don't really need a new service, especially one that nobody's watching. So it's
yeah. CNN viewership, it's on their main channel has been waning. Nobody reads their site. We consistently perform way better as a news publisher on Facebook than CNN does. So they continue to fall out of the top rankings.
Yeah, I think in this CNN Plus story, I guess it was last Thursday or so that it broke that they were going to be canceling it, and since then there's been a lot of excuses or like explanations as to why it hasn't worked. Oh, this merger happened. Jeff Zucker leaving, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is why it's not working. I think those things miss the main point, which is that CNN ratings, as you said, have been terrible for the last year plus.
Yeah.
Pretty much ever since Biden got in office, CNN ratings have been terrible. And now they're trying to get people to buy their content that people don't even want to watch for free, and they thought people were going to buy it, and they said that they thought they would get 2 million subscribers within the first year, which is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they were nowhere close to that, and it's just, I think you can come up with reasons all day, but there's a basic premise of people don't like what CNN is selling, so they're not going to buy it.
Well, and people have talked a lot about, okay, what is wrong with news media today? And one of the biggest things they look at, with CNN and a lot of these establishment outlets, and even, Fox News and some right-wing outlets, is that people look for the titles and stories that will perform the best, that people engage with the best, but they take no time to care about whether the story is actually true. You see all these stories where they're running with anonymous sources that turn out to be false. A big one that comes to mind is when they were saying that Trump said all those horrible things about veterans, behind the scenes. Just a bunch of anonymous sources and the story turned out to be, a crock
just
of
made up
BS. But CNN's like that. And everyone knows they ran with the Russian collusion story from 2016 till months ago. They're probably still running stuff about Russian collusion. And now we all know that none of it's true.